I guess so.
There's a Ricky. But
Ricky?
There's not a Razor. We'll find him. He's somewhere.
NA Alphabet.
Here we go. NA Dotes. If I'm correct, we didn't have any Razor in our game, so it wasn't
you
us.
You are correct. It was not us.
It was definitely not us that put him there. What else was picked? Doom?
Radiant Doom. I mean, this is going to be a dual lane, surely. Next Assassin Doom lane?
It could be. And the Terrorblade. Alright, so now he's giving it away. TB versus Luna is definitely a good thing. They're gonna put that TB safe lane.
I mean, the Doom and Nyx could be, you know, they can harass that TB, right?
I mean, they can. Doom and Nyx can be definitely very strong versus him. But we don't know who he's gonna have as that position 5 that's helping him out.
There's a lot of options still left. There's still the Grimstroke, there's still the Lich, and you can only ban one, so you can have at least one of those, but then Rubik is still in the pool as well, which is really good because you can steal the disruption, so you can disrupt your Terrorblade, you can disrupt the Luna, you can get all the illusions.
Some say with the Terrorblade would be really good.
I mean, you know, the big one's still in the pool, isn't it? What, you don't just want to get the Oracle in here?
Oracle, another save, yeah.
Good, yeah.
Sounds great.
Oracle would be pretty solid for saving the TB.
Lich is banned.
Very interesting.
I mean, there's still so many. Yeah, that's unusual. But there's still so many left in the pool. What are we thinking for Old But Gold? What did they need a mid? Yeah, they already know that they're going up against Razor. What does well against Razor?
I mean, you can get. What can you get?
We've seen OD, and OD is still in the pool. Viper.
I mean, OD isn't great versus Razor. Honestly, OD is in the meta, but it's not really the best hero versus Razor. Razor used to be the counter to him.
You know what could be good, and it's a bit of a classic of what G, who is the mid lane. What about him bringing in the Tinker? We haven't seen it at all, but play the Tinker against the TB. Actually. A G Tinker.
Tinker versus Terrorblade is awesome.
Yeah. They ban out the BZZ Pug now, you guys.
And you can still lane rise a Tinker against the Razor.
No, well, you can fall back to the jungle and farm, but you won't be able to lane very well.
No.
I mean, you can laser him, but you need to get in range, and then he's gonna just link you up. So it doesn't really work that well for Tinker.
What about G Sniper?
Sniper works.
That's sort of two of the old school G heroes that come to mind.
Some Viper is great.
Oh yeah, the G Viper as well, that's it, yeah, back in the day.
I mean, G everything.
Yeah, sure.
It is a saving support, but it is not the Oracle. It is the Dazzle instead. The Dazzle was supposed to be nerfed. We have not seen Dazzle as much.
Been ignoring him now because of the nerf, but I think he can still be pretty obnoxious. I'm sure the mana cost is up, but yes, it's this Dazzle TB lane that's.
You grave him and you can swap, you can Sunder, so it was always a good combination of heroes.
But yeah, I want to see a classic G hero, a Sniper, a Viper, or a Tinker.
See. I mean, they have Luna SD, so they do not necessarily need anything too greedy right now. You just have to get something that's just gonna carry you through that mid game. So something active. Viper comes to my mind, honestly.
Oh, Lina. I was actually thinking about Lina and I didn't say
Lina.
Yeah, here we go.
I don't know about that, but I'm ready to see it.
She got buffed, right? A bit.
+3 damage.
+3 damage, man.
+3 damage.
I mean, she can outrange Razor. If you go in for that link, she can stun you up.
Lina.
You've got a good setup if some ganks come in with the SD and Nyx Assassin. You know, that's as the combo. If you start running over the game early on, get the Shadow Blade Jewels, move around, you're going to be able to Laguna Blade that Terrorblade. But you are a Lina. It's a bit of a paper mid, can fall over, flat on its face. Very few teams are picking it at the moment in the middle lane. I've not seen it, in fact, being picked by any team.
I'm going for Navi.
Yeah,
that's my prediction.
Prediction-wise, I'm excited to see some G-Lina, but I have to go against it. Navi's got the magical razor. They've got a TB Dazzle. It should be Navi's win here for sure.
Yeah, TB Dazzle. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the TB. I'm not that into that Razor on mid versus Lina, but TB Dazzle is definitely strong right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with Navi too.
That was what we'll see. Yeah, we're hoping for something a little different, and Old But Gold have certainly done that. That old, as you say, is an Old But Gold strat. Gambit, they're not even playing.
What are they doing, production? They're betting on Dotes. That's what they're betting on.
And actually, when Old But Gold went up against Gambit, they got O2'd.
So let's see. So yeah, the old school draft. SD Luna mid. Let's see if they can make it work in this current year. Old but gold. But I say it's gonna be hard. But I don't know. It's been a while since I've got to CG.
Aha! You know what else is old but gold? Pausing the moment you get into the game.
Excuse me.
That's very, very
I
old.
added extra strategy time so you didn't have to do this, sir. What are you doing?
Good old puppy pauses.
Sorry, should be sorry, sir.
Yeah, let's decide how we
bring
learn.
out the rule book.
Yeah.
So let's see if old but gold have it in them. What is their picture? Who is that? Is that Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, I think it's just some fancy guy.
Marlon Brando.
It was
from
also
Godfather.
Oh, it might be actually. I think you're right.
I think it is. I can't see it from this distance, honestly, but it looks that way.
I think you're right.
Is it the same one as this?
Yeah.
That's the Godfather.
Yeah.
Can I see?
That's that lad, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
It is. Definitely is.
So let's see what magic they've got. Old but gold. And of course, lower bracket loser of this best of 3 is going home.
Oh, they have the double mid, the infamous double mid.
Yeah, it happens in
They're
pub all the
fighting.
time.
Yeah, it happens in pro games too. TB was about to help him block there for a bit, perhaps. Nah, he's just deciding which lane to go to. That's all.
So is he trying to dodge?
Yeah. Most likely, yes.
Yeah.
You can play versus SD and Luna, I suppose, with TB Dazzle. Nyx and Doom, however, can kind of be problematic. But you can try Lin.
The battle begins.
Terribly, that reflection is going to be so strong versus Luna as well. So
What's Chu waiting for here? We'll see.
maybe creep skip or block the.
I mean, you can't yet, can you, with the first wave?
I mean, you can block.
We have
you can
seen
block
people
it.
block the
Yeah.
way.
Oh, I assume. Yeah, he could.
But he's
I think he's too late for that, yeah.
He's not going to make it.
Maybe you're seeing if anyone's going to come out with the creeps that you can mess with.
Yep.
Oh, check. It's not going to be the case.
And the Dazzle blocked the wave anyway. So.
I love how Vasco was just waiting for him. No, you're going back bottom. You're not going top.
That was quite a long leash.
Yeah, not bad one to start the lane with.
Yeah.
Plus 29.
Yeah, but she lost 30, but she gained 3.
Sure, that's true.
Yeah.
Plus 3 damage.
Yeah, I wonder what is better. The tricky one.
Well, the 3 is permanent, so.
True. This is true. Okay, Dazzle left bot lane.
Oh.
And as it seems, so now you've decided to have this lane.
Yeah.
Put the Terrorblade against the Doom. But then, okay, they're actually going to switch it themselves because Illidan is now up here on the Luna.
And this is.
So Old but Gold, and they're setting the Doom down bottom. So they've got the setup here onto Blizzy. So it looks like Old but Gold actually want the Doom against the Brew lane.
Doom against the Brew. I'm not certain why they want that. Actually, it's not really super advantageous.
Or they just want the Luna against the TV.
Maybe they don't want the Luna against the Brew, is it more that?
Yeah, maybe it's more about the numbers, like where they want to have their tri lane, if they want to have the tri lane at all. It's like TB and Dazzle. They shouldn't have many problems here. Playing versus Nyx Luna. I think you're not gonna be out CS'd. Oh, that's actually Panda there. Alright,
Yeah.
so TB rotated?
Yep.
Yeah, he's both.
Because previous TB rotation that he did, he actually walked.
Yeah.
And now he
So
would still
how did
use
he
his teleport. Dazzle did teleport, but...
So, yeah,
he now teleported back bottom as well. All right, so the rotation is complete. If they want to rotate again, they will need to use some teleport scrolls on the Doom, and top will be left alone for a bit. So either Brew is gonna walk top, or I don't know.
I don't think you rotate any longer. I think you stay like this if you are old but gold. For now, at least.
On the mid lane at the moment, 11 for 8 against the 7 for 2. A very strong start for Magical. As top lane, bit of harassment onto Illidan, but Vela's there with the body blocks. Bottom lane, Snake.
Oh, he is
Getting gone
taking
on.
a lot of damage here.
And that's going to be first blood for BZZ. Cuts him down with a shockwave. Now Seneko will be punished for his position there.
Yeah, and Terrorblade got harassed by his own illusions from the Shadow Demon. That actually hurt quite a bit.
Melina is starting to make a slight comeback here with the level 2 on the nuke, on the Dragon Cell.
Vanscore's going to head over towards the mid, but it has been scanned out by Na'Vi, so should be unable to catch Magical by surprise.
Yep.
As Crystallized definitely seems to be the one suffering the most with the CS after those lane switch-arounds. See how much sort of space Seneko can create as the Dazzle, forcing back the Doom, ensuring an area for Crystallized to farm in. I've got the creep wave coming in underneath the tower, so should be a good place for Crystallized to maximise on the momentum of the wave. Magical still being looked towards, but not aware that the Vanscore Shadow Demon's in the neighbourhood, but the Shadow Poison that he's continuing to spam out. Does still have regen left on him, he's got a salve ready to go.
It's annoying, that's about it. It's annoying and it's preventing him from just going on this lane, I suppose. Trying to use that link. And now they force the spell rotation.
There's still disruption available if Vanscore feels like he gets...
So Luna is going to do a bit better now because Sven had to rotate mid.
Yeah.
So they forced their other lane to have a better time, maybe even go on.
Let's see if they can find it here. Won't quite be able to do so. As the mid lane, G has the Light Striker ready to hold back the Sven, but he's charging in and they'll get themselves the kill. G falls. Vanscore see if he gets something in response, but it's in fact going to be Na'Vi that's able to just dive past the tier 1 tower and pick up a second kill for Magical. Let's see if he himself back up tier 1.
Two dies.
Two dies, but no experience was given.
Yeah.
They share the gold as well. Like 60 gold per person, not really too big.
And he's going to be back with full health. Exactly. Mana already is back and can choose where to go. Let's see which lane it's going to be top. By the looks of things. Shadow Demon chose bottom, is going for Seneko.
Yeah, 4 stacks on him. Has to be careful.
Yep.
This early on, he's quite squishy. He's not going to die, obviously, but it's going to hurt.
Yeah, he's visible too, with that creep chasing him. BZZ. So he's going to salve up to the tier 2.
Salving clarity, port to the tier 2, back in lane. Pretty well played by him.
Vanscore getting a ward down in the mid so he can see if there's any opportunities to get in onto Magical. On the lane they try and lead him with the poison touch, but BZZ just a little too speedy with those boots. So Seneko's unable to get that poison touch refreshed upon him. Top lane, Vela having another bit of a go onto the brew with the stun. Should be able to get himself away with the evasion. Mid lane continuing to be pretty close between the two of them. Magical 23 and 11, G 26 for 8.
Yeah, I think Lina can just outpush this lane now with the nukes, and then go to the jungle and farm if necessary. If there's a rotation from Shadow Demon, you always have a good setup for LSA. And the stun.
Oh, it's going to be BZZ going for the Midas first this game. On the Doom, Seneko and Vanscore once again fighting one another in the river. Chu does have the Invis rune. See if he's able to find any sort of setup.
Doom is so target though.
Yeah, he's got a lot of HP.
They could use another hero here if they wanted to go on Doom.
Well, they have Dazzle.
Yeah, as soon as he comes, then perhaps, but still a very tanky Doom though.
See if they can
heal would be enough.
Yeah, with the meta.
That should be enough.
That should be, yeah.
The heal bomb as well at the start with all the creeps around helped out a bit.
He doesn't look way too tanky when there's meta up. No. That's way too much damage.
This is a very heavy pixelated, the Lina, loads of particles. Particulated, all the particles. Every shiny bit, including the expensive chest piece thing.
That's G in it, he's got to, yeah, he's
got to spend his winnings somewhere.
Fancy. Wait, I mean, G, no, G, why are you flaming him like that? He's not won anything in like 5 years.
Nobody has won a lot before that.
I mean, I guess. Spend his winnings. Savage you. Blizzy?
Blizzy?
Oh!
He's pinging, but a bit late with that ping.
Yeah, maybe they can finally kill him. Magical's TP'd over. They've got their eyes on Illidan, and with the Eye of the Storm, the beatdown, Magical will get the Luna kill.
I mean, this
Good
is
move from Chu. He has the stun available, he just needs a vision. There is a spike campus again in a second, but it's not gonna matter.
Magical tried to go forward, there's no Mango. But they did get the slow off. Magical will try and turn, has the disruption, but that's going to cost him his life as well.
Yeah, I think he might have been able to walk if he Maybe not. If he didn't
Nah,
try to
most likely
disrupt,
not, yeah.
no.
I see there's
He's still
speedy on the
dying.
razor.
Yeah, he had to try.
It's one way or the other.
CG try and make something happen now with this level 7. He has his Laguna Blade ready to go. They smoke up him and Vela. See what sort of catch they can find moving into Na'Vi's jungle. But Na'Vi do have two there, and they're both by the shrine, so not the easiest place to invade. The line's been drawn for them to enter the jungle by that tier 1 tower mid, and they are going to continue to move so unless they see an opportunity to go on the mid lane, maybe try and find the kill off the Brewmaster. The lane's being switched around as BZZ will head up to the top to find the farm there instead. Belungi still searching. The smoke about to come to an end though.
Yeah, but there's no ward, and they could actually end up taking down the Razor. He's got everything available, a lot of mana left there too.
They've seen G, so Magical is not going to be caught out by this, and immediately goes to the trees, TPs to the mid lane, and now there's no one here for Obligod to find. And in fact, bottom lane, it's going to be Illidan caught alone between the tier 1 and the tier 2 towers. They have the stuns set up and surrounded. Illidan taken out. So whilst Obligod were busy focusing on trying to find some action up top, Na'Vi, they read all the movements and they punished the fact that Illidan was alone bottom.
And Luna teleported in for that, but I mean, that's a lot of money wasted time wasted for G. He's just been top, he's been bottom, and then he goes back mid.
There's one problem with Shadow Demon Luna combinations. It's the fact that Poison got buffed, but while Disruption got nerfed. That's why we saw Luna plus SD go out of favor when it came to drafting. And now you have this Shadow Demon with level 1 Disruption. He's gonna be maxing out Poison first, and then only is he gonna get Disruption up. While if you had Disruption early on, you can use those illusions to outpush the lane. And then Luna farms the jungle freely because the lane is outpushed. And then you can't die to those smokes. As you are going to be that deep.
They will find a Dazzle.
Nice. But it's a Dazzle.
Yeah, they're still ideally hoping to find bigger, find these cores every time they move the Lina out the lane.
Optimally a Terrorblade kill, but they're never gonna find that now. He's always around that triangle or very deep.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Do you know that Na'Vi's always going to have someone at least positioned nearby, crystallized to help out if there's any situation where Obligod do manage to close the gap on the Terrorblade.
Just use meta to farm the jungle. Well, it happens, you can, definitely. It's very greedy, but
Yeah, clear the ancient
it's
stack
alright,
quickly.
yeah. Stacks plus he got the illusion rune, if I'm correct. So that definitely helps.
It's top lane Na'Vi, probably unlikely to do anything about this one. So that they are TPing in. I guess, well, we're just Doom sort of hitting the tower. They're not really taking it that quickly. They will now bring the Luna in as well. They do have Eclipse ready to go if the fight kicks off. And Na'Vi, they're going to be the ones that choose to start it. Blizzy 6 for the primal split. He sets up straight away onto BZZ with the stun. And the rest of the team has to try and get out there for Obligod. But already Blizzy with the micro. He's caught out Vanscore. There's no successful TP for him as another stun flies in. As Na'Vi do hold that top tier 1 tower. They're not going to let Obligod get away with that one for free.
Yeah, they get Doom and the Shadow Demon. Pretty good. And all that time, Terrorblade just farmed.
And so is Magical. Magical's still at the top.
Magical, yeah.
But both G and BZZ are keeping on par with the farm.
Yeah, the gold difference is not that big.
But the thing is, G, he's a leaner. He has to make things happen now, whereas with this Rage and the Terrorblade, they're a little more chilled out about hanging on for late game. Especially the Terrorblade.
It's kind of similar with the Doom. You expect him to have a lot of farm. After all, it's a Doom. You have Devour. So, you're supposed to be on top.
Hey, mid lane.
Another Dazzle.
Another Dazzle kill. And that might turn into a tier 1 mid. If Na'Vi don't look to try and come and defend. There's 4 heroes around mid, and G does have an Arcane Rune. So, Obligod in a good position to push on. They will claim the tower.
Okay, what's Doom building into Vlad's? Alright.
Yeah, Midas and Vlad's. Illidan playing very scared at the moment.
Yeah.
Knows that, well, believes that Na'Vi's heading down. It's only crystallized at the moment. But
he was probably thinking, alright, he's showing, they're gonna smoke around him and try to take over our jungle to create that push of his into a tier 2 push.
Oh, look at the Dazzle again. This time Valor is not hunting him down though.
Yeah,
he's looking for bigger targets.
Damage to kill him. He's got 12-1 charges as well, Seneko, so... Yeah, even though he is 6, he can't
his ult is about to run out. And he got scouted out in his daytime. They know where he is, but...
They see him, but
yeah.
what you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
The only disable really been that Sven's done this game. When the Bruise got his ult online. I imagine Magical is going for the Yules if he hasn't got it already. So they will have that other means for having the catch potential.
Pretty good for Razor, right? To catch someone up.
Yeah.
Gives you some movement speed. So a way to break ports. As you stated, they don't really have many. It's only the Sven stun. And you need more stuns on the team, honestly. That's not really great. Need more setup.
Zvela.
It's one thing their draft is definitely lacking.
I see Na'Vi head towards the mid lane. The Shadow Demon will be able to disrupt himself to buy some time of the Primal split out. Na'Vi's ready to press on and try for the fight. Illidan will go for the Eclipse, but he's going to get instantly thrown up in the air by Blizzy, so he can't move into an optimal position to get the most out of the ultimate. That's going to leave BZZ vulnerable at the front of it all. As Ulpa Gold lose 2, the push comes through with the Metamorphosis. Terrorblade was doomed, but he's being healed up by Seneko, so the doom to no effect at all. Stun out only onto Magical. G's there with the follow-up Light Strike Array, but they cannot get close enough to actually commit the full burst with the Laguna Blade to get a kill out of this. So Na'Vi get a free tower. Oh, but Gold unable to hold on to it.
Yeah, but they did try, which is surprising. Couldn't they have just let it go and then farm elsewhere? Because now they just wasted their own time. Or did they have to do that?
I mean, they're around and they didn't lose, anyone. They lost short of the Shadow Demon and the Doom at the start of it all, but maybe if Illidan was able to get in with the Eclipse, they could have, potentially cleared out.
I'm just waiting for this combination of SD plus Luna that they first picked to start working.
Yeah.
Start doing the Luna SD things, because so far we haven't seen it, but now that they have a Yasha up, it should be possible. Yeah. Dies to crystallize.
So, with the SD Luna, ideally you want to just keep making illusions and just push waves out, right? And just get pressure on both the lanes, on both outer lanes?
Basically you push one lane with Luna and SD, and once you create the illusions, you instantly run into the jungle with Luna, and you farm the jungle while the illusions are pushing the lane.
Well, you managed to catch out Blizzy.
Pretty good kill.
So the first chance that G has had to use that Laguna Blade will get them the core kill, but indeed looking back to Magical, the Yule Scepter, as expected, is now complete and on its way out. So they have that extra catch set up. Also an extra way to sort of play his way out of positions if they do try and get the setup onto him with the disruption into Alina stun. Should be able to use after the disruption ends before the stun hits and have a chance of walking away or just buying time for the rest of the team to come in and help him turn the tide of the fight. But as you can see, the farm's still standing very even between these two teams. As G very much keeping up with that Terrorblade farm.
But you said that it's still better for Na'Vi that the farm is even, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've got because it's a Terrorblade.
I mean, you'd like your Terrorblade optimally to be a bit ahead, but he is a little bit ahead, right? So it's fine. And you do have that Terrorblade later on. I think he's still stronger than Luna. He was for a long period of time one of the best core position 1 counters to Luna. You just pop your reflection and she kills herself. It's got a bit nerfed, it's got a bit changed, so it's not as powerful as before, but it's still strong enough.
A lot of pressure maybe coming top. There's 4 of Old But Gold in the Dire jungle. Maybe they can make something happen there.
Yeah. The only question is
can they do it before Na'Vi does something bottom?
Is Old But Gold finally gonna start using the SD Luna?
That is the question.
Because these two heroes can destroy you in a matter of seconds, especially if you let them go high ground.
Oh, that is an instant split. They get the stone off, find it on the Doom. More teleports coming in. I'm not sure if they can catch the Luna. I think they're just going to go for the Doom. The only one got left behind. Okay, well, they got him.
I believe there was a shot for him to catch Luna if he continued the pursuit with the Storm Panda. He didn't. But
It's nighttime, you couldn't see him.
Yeah, it's nighttime.
It was a tricky call to make because the Doom was going to run incredibly fast.
Exactly.
There was always the risk that if you run for that Luna, the Doom's going to be able to run away.
So this is the safer option, pretty much.
Just commit your resources.
You have already committed the split. You need at least to justify it with one kill. You can't just lose both. It's just dangerous.
I'll still fill up.
What's he trying?
We'll see if we get the courier on the way back, but we'll pass over him safely.
He's got an ult again in 5 seconds, so he'll be able to get away from there.
Illidan,
if he wants to.
Getting closer and closer to having that BKB, and therefore having a bit more presence in the fights. Most of Na'Vi's damage is sort of built around the BKB, so it's not like the BKB is going to be a crazy sort of game changer for him in the fight. Sure, it obviously stops him being sent up in the air like we've seen the last few times when he tries to run in with the Eclipse. This time around he's going to be able to get in there without anyone holding him back. But still, things like the static link's going to be into play. The fact that if there's a Metamorphosis available, he's going to get seriously out DPS'd by the Terrorblade at this point. So the fights they're not going to be easy for him when he has the BKB. He's still going to be very careful.
Luna definitely has one of those weirder peaks. Not like Terrorblade. As soon as he has BKB, he can fight BKB man.
Oh, Laguna Blade there. That is a dead Sven.
Yeah, they're going to trade it for the Velos Nyx Assassin. Gold poking around from the low ground. BZZ's trying to lead in, trying to get in there with the Doom. He did drop the Doom. Did he drop it? Oh, okay, he's got on the TV, but TV's sitting at the back, and he already had his meta. He doesn't care at all. And Eclipse was used, but Illidan unable to get any kills with it as Gold lose 3. Vanskull's going to be chased down as well by Magical. Blizzy gives him the final beatdown. As it's just an awkward spot for Gold to fight in there. They were on the low ground. They try and lead in. BZZ charges forward, going for that Doom on to crystallize.
Bob, just give me your HP. Pleb support.
But it's hard for them to go on the Terrorblade like that because this is a TB backed up by the Dazzle. If you're dooming the Terrorblade and the Dazzle's undisrupted or still alive,
he's gonna keep him alive and healthy.
Does nothing.
Yeah.
They opened up with taking out the Sven. Perhaps they thought that was enough to give themselves an edge, but Valor was at the same time also out of position, so I think they should have just backed when Valor got hugged by 4 enemy Na'Vi players.
It was clear there that probably BZZ, he sort of felt, he probably gave the call to go in because he felt that he was in. He'd managed to get the Doom off on the Terrorblade, but I think the fact of the matter was the Terrorblade already had the meta up, so it was already out. He really doesn't care about being doomed at this stage of the game, especially when it's just a level 1 Doom.
Yeah, it wasn't really a lot of damage coming there from them.
The only one that would care about that level 1 Doom is the silence for Dazzle, I think. But then it's just hard for them to take fights. They have to fight when Crystallize doesn't have Metamorphosis because the Terrorblade's he's that strong at the moment. I mean, he's 11k net worth, he's 2k ahead of anyone else on the board, and top lane Blizzy able to juke out the light strike array from G, and again this is a case of Gold just having to get out of there. Na'Vi are chasing, they're hunting, they'll get the opening onto the Doom. The fella's still around, jump forward with the Cloud, Spike Cappers will hold the Doom down, they'll tell with the 2-man impale. Brave is going to be there just in time to keep Blizzy alive. He's still got the Primal Spear ready to fall back. He waits for the maximum duration of the Graves, so he's fully efficient there.
Can they ensnare more?
And Blizzy
he got him.
And with that setup, buying time for Chu to come in. Do they want to dive this though? It is behind a tier 2 and TPs are coming in. The stun is out onto the Primal Split. Blizzy had to get back. He's very low on the HP. There's going to be disruption onto the Dazzles. Mana burn out onto the Sven. They're trying to nuke him down with the Light Strike Array. Illidan's got the BKB, the Eclipse as well, and he'll be able to bring down the Sven. They'll get one of the kills of Na'Vi. Crystallize is still around. I do believe he hasn't got Meta at the moment. Snakeo's going to be focused as he'll throw his body away. Meta is back up, but Na'Vi's just down to 3. The Light Strike across the tree. He catches the 2 of them. The Impale to follow up from Vela. But no, they're turning it around. They'll kill off 4 of Na'Vi as they strike back.
That's a great comeback. Yeah, you're doing bot back, but you killed 4. It's just very good.
Very worth. That was an overstay on Na'Vi's part, of course. Once they got the Luna up in the air, they figured they may be able to make something happen there, but it took too long to get everybody together, and by that time the rest of Old But Gold was already there to basically back them up.
You could see that Na'Vi themselves, the hesitation was evident. Like they knew themselves, like, hang on, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Are we sure we want to do this?
Do we want to go for this behind the tier 2? And it was just a decision made too late to sort of back away as they punish
So
it.
about those seconds,
They're going to lose the rush.
If they instantly commit all of them, they get her, but hesitation and
now with this ward on the higher ground.
Yeah, well, the Luna Blade is enough. Should be enough.
Jeez, for the action.
Kill him off. No buyback. Dazzle's got to be careful. That fight and Aegis taking that followed off after that is enough to, I think, not sway the favor completely, but definitely put all but gold back in the game and in a good position.
Yeah, Terrorblade's got a big pickup. The BKB's done for Crystallize and that obviously that against all but gold's lineup that's pretty huge because a lot of the problems at the moment are these Laguna Blades, these Eclipses.
Yeah, BKB definitely helps. He's going. Is he actually going for Lincolns? All right, he's playing versus Doom, I suppose. So.
It's Doom and Laguna.
Yeah, it is.
Demonic Purge.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Still though, usually we like to see Skadi more or something like that, Butterfly even, but
It does feel quite different, especially when he has the Dazzle.
Yeah.
He's got the Dazzle backing him up.
The Skadi would tank him up enough, I suppose, to help him in the similar way. So why not get that? But I respect the Lincoln's pickup too.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, it's just, and as we said, you know, Na'Vi, they probably feel like as long as they don't keep dying and the Terrorblade stays at the top, they can take this game pretty late.
There's a double damage rune as well, but it won't be needed to take down this Luna, who was out way too far. He's by himself. No Shadow Demon there.
How? He's pushing out on his own. Sure, he's got the Aegis, but
if he uses it, he dies anyway. I don't know what he was.
What was he doing there? There's no tier 1, tier 2 in that lane. There's no way his team can get
Yeah,
to
they
it.
tipped it. I mean, that's trying to tilt
That's a tip, yeah.
That's definitely a tip.
That's a tilt tip.
Shadow Demon felt obligated to take the rune.
Yeah, massively out of place. No reason for him to be there at all.
I mean, there where he was, his illusions are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Only his illusions. You use the disruption on him, on that Luna, and then you outpush with the illusions.
No, the matter. You're going to be a base, and it's kind of awkward. He's dead for 20 seconds, Illidan. Does he want to buy back? No, but...
No.
Let's see how much Na'Vi can do with this. 10 seconds where they know he doesn't want to buy back. So this is 10 seconds of free hit in the tower.
Yep. With the Metamorphosis, it's going nice and fast. Nice delay there for G, getting the stuns out a little bit.
Jumping in here, looking towards Vela. In fact, Blizzy strains the base with the Primal Spirit ready to go. Looking towards Vanscore. Vanscore, he's going to be taken out. The ST's gone. Sure, the Terrorblade's been doomed, but he got the BKB out in time, so Crystallize can keep on hitting into the base. Look at Blizzy dive and go on top of BZC. Double kill for Magical as he moves him with the other storm. The Luna's going to head him, but he instantly gets thrown up in the air by Blizzy. Choose diving into the base. That's the Shadow Demon falling low. Get the disruption out himself. The Grave. Oh, they keep Magical alive. He'll get used up into the air by himself, and he's still surviving throughout it all. Illidan's put the BKB, but the BKB's about to wear off. As I'm sorry to say it, but Illidan, he's just cost them the Rex with that placement down bottom. It's just fell apart so quickly. This was a close game, but Na'Vi, they've just taken the Rex, and you know, you have to point a finger in this situation. Illidan, he done goofed.
He done goofed.
He done goofed.
That siege creep will finish off the range tracks. I must say that's Sunder from the Terrorblade on Magical's Razor.
Yep.
That was really cool to see. They have full control that entire fight. They knew that that's basically free racks to give, and they could get some kills and not really risk anything by going high ground there.
I mean, so far they definitely didn't risk anything. Luna was dead, so it was an easy go. Next fight maybe it's gonna be a bit different. They still have the Luna as and you have the Lina. You can blow that Terrorblade up. You just have to play properly. You can't just die somewhere with that Aegis and then die again. That, as you just said, you have to point the finger.
Yeah. I mean, it was Na'Vi as well, they capitalised on it perfectly. They when you see a sort of mistake like that made, Na'Vi, there was no hesitation. They knew exactly their limits and how much they could push and force the fight. Because they're
very disciplined as well.
Yeah, and you sort of know in that situation, when a team's carry dies like that, the communication, the feeling in the team's probably not going to be too great. So if you can sort of punish whilst they're, maybe the comms are in disarray, maybe they're sort of going, hey, what's going on? Why are you doing that? Why are you feeding? Well. And then Na'Vi were like, let's get them whilst they're down, whilst they're tilted, and they did. They took the Rex.
Radiant are scared.
There's no time to think about the past in this game.
No.
Like, if you're thinking about actions that you have done, you're not thinking about actions that you're supposed to be doing.
Alright, so they look
Things
forward.
like that happen.
You gotta look forward, you gotta think of plays that need to happen
Think ahead.
for you to win the game. This is not one of those moments, this is not one of those plays.
BZZ trying to create space. He's thinking ahead.
Oh.
If I don't die here, they're gonna push.
Well, Valor can cut the creep wave, that would be nice.
He is thinking ahead, definitely.
Yeah.
Sadly for him, the creeps,
I mean, he lured them away a little bit.
that wasn't enough. I think he was afraid the fortification messed with him.
Yeah.
And how's the Metamorphosis looking? Now Magic Crystallize has got it ready to go, right, again?
They have splits ready. Luna is pushing quite fast with that Manta.
But, I mean, if they have the meta, Navi's going to push way quicker than they do. If they've got Metamorphosis, they can just go for the high ground. Luna's got to come back and straight in the face. On top of the Nyx Assassin, Bella's got to buy back immediately, and with the Metamorphosis out, Navi shredding through another tier 3 tower. They're onto the racks.
Luna's under that tier 3 middle by herself.
He's still trying to race this, but Navi's going to push that much quicker. I mean, they are crumbling.
Just died.
Oh, but gold.
I don't know, they aren't expecting the pace of the game.
And actually, Brew is teleporting to the Luna to...
Oh, magical.
The TP, but he gets it out. Now he just runs and dies.
Alright.
He's got a buyback, but this looks like a tilted and broken team.
She got the tower, though.
Luna's still playing on another server. He's in a different world.
A different game.
BKB, but he's taking so much damage, he's dead.
It's getting painful to watch.
Yeah.
GG. It's GG.
Yeah.
He's done. He is done.
Oh boy.
Just go next. Forget
GG,
about
go
this
next.
game.
Yeah, that's
even
gonna be
think
the
about
test,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Now the upside is that Old But Gold does have a lot of veterans there, so they know how to deal with situations like this, right?
They've